Every great story starts with the rush of thrilling gaming action. Handcrafted flavors, eager to please. Getaways for some well-deserved me time. And rewards worth bragging about. If it's a story worth telling, it starts at La Berge Baton Rouge. What's your story?
You could be driving a Honda.
Improved from the front grille to the tailgate and equipped to take you on the adventure of a lifetime, the ride is just different in this new Pilot seat. Come see the all-new 2023 Honda Pilot, now on sale at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda on Siegel Lane.
Few things in life are as valuable as family and peace of mind, especially when it comes to your final arrangements. And that's where Dignity Memorial can help. Our prepaid funeral plans make sure that your life will be remembered exactly the way you want it to. At Dignity Memorial, no detail is too large or too small. Call Lee Serio at 225-315-6329. That's 315-6329. Dignity Memorial, the peace of mind your family deserves.
Visit Treads & Care Tire Company's new location on Hooper Road in Central. Locally owned for over 50 years, Treads & Care is known for quality automotive repair and top-notch customer service.
I'd like to invite you to come out and see us at our new location in Central.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Hello and welcome as we start the Thursday edition of the Clarence Buggs Show. Here's hoping all is well with you and yours in your little bitty slice of South Louisiana heaven since the last opportunity we were with you a couple days ago. As we normally do, we start the show with Louisiana news. And tragically, I think we all knew that it was just a matter of time before this was going to happen. Not in any way, shape, or form does it make it easier to stomach. But with things having been the way they have been over the last week or so, particularly the heat, ungodly heat and humidity, we were keeping our fingers crossed that we wouldn't see anyone succumb to the heat and humidity, unbearable as it's been as of late. You are probably well aware of the folks in Shreveport and Caddo Parish, the storms that they went through earlier in the week, and the fact that it knocked out power to large portions of that area. As a result, the Louisiana Department of Health has now confirmed the first storm-related death in Caddo Parish. Concerned relatives say they found 62-year-old Tina Parrott around 1 p.m. Wednesday at her residence on Rosalie Loop after several days with no electricity. If you've been out of doors recently, today, Thursday, being the exception, you know that the level of humidity and heat has just been brutal. We will, according to forecasters, get a short reprieve from the humidity this weekend, but the 10-day forecast for our area shows it ramping up significantly next week. We are talking forecast temperatures of 99, 100, 101, and that's not counting the heat index. That is actual ambient temperature. I say all that to say, in communities all across Louisiana, we know which households have inhabitants that are seniors. We know the households that have individuals that are immunocompromised. We know which homes have individuals that are financially struggling and for whatever reason may not be able to afford their utilities on a regular basis. This is the time where Louisianians are supposed to shine. This is the time where we step up and look out for those less fortunate than ourselves. It's easy to sit back from a distance and watch. Many times, a lot of us may wonder if we possess the fortitude to do what needs to be done in trying times like these. If you find yourself in that situation, let me ask that you consider this. Ask yourself, if it were my loved one, would I want someone else to intervene? Typically, that puts you in the frame of mind, and you know where I'm going. If you love those that you claim to love, we already know what the answer would be. Oh God, I hope somebody would step up if I'm not there and do the right thing. This is something that is going to be with us for a while, y'all. And it's times like these where we as Louisianians get the opportunity to earn the title of some of the most caring people on the planet. I know we throw around a lot, man, I'm from Louisiana, we love people and we do this and we do that. Well, now is the time to show how much we love our fellow Louisianians. Keep an eye out. Let's help out. And God willing, we will all get through this together. In other Louisiana news, it has happened yet again. Here in Louisiana, in Baton Rouge, another pedestrian struck and killed by a car at night. In this latest episode, just off Ben Hur Road and Nicholson, relatively poorly lit area, individual dressed in dark colored clothing, walking apparently too close to traffic, and it's now another fatality. If you've been with us over the last month or so, you know that I had recently a personal experience with this. So this is personal to me, y'all. I don't think that I will ever be able to get out of my mind and my spirit the events of that night a couple weeks ago, where an individual pedestrian was struck and killed by a passing car. It is something I would not wish on anybody. I was tempted to say I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, but I don't like to even consider having enemies. Got a whole lot of people I don't like, but it doesn't make them my, quote, enemy, unless their name happens to be Marty or something like that, you know. But y'all, I get it. The hectic pace of life, doing what you have to do, doing what you need to do, particularly if you don't have a vehicle and you have to walk or bicycle or depend on others for a ride or whatever. I get all that. But there are so many places in Baton Rouge, not to mention the rest of Louisiana, where we have substandard lighting. Y'all, I beseech you, if you've got to be out at night, put on bright or reflective colored clothing. In many instances, you're talking 2-lane roads, 1 lane of travel in each direction, which means if you're walking too close to the road, wearing dark colored clothes, by the time someone sees you traveling at highway speed, there's nowhere to go to take evasive action. And the next thing you know, we have yet another tragedy on our hands. Again, I went through this just a few weeks ago. I was the very first person on scene. I was the one that discovered the body. I was the one that called first responders. I was the one stayed on scene trying to flag people around what at the time I did not know was a fatality. It is something I'll never forget, y'all. And I would consider it an honor that God has bestowed upon me, and us for that matter, if we were to never have to go through losing another person, pedestrian, to something as horrific as this. You know, there are a lot of things in life, y'all, that are totally and completely beyond our control. The list would fill up this desk of all the things in life that are completely beyond our control. Try as we might, as hard as we may, we can't do anything about those things. English teachers, forgive me in 3, 2, 1. This ain't one of them things, y'all. This is something that is totally within our control to fix. The only thing that is yet to be determined is whether or not we have the fortitude to do so. I'm a long-time Louisianian, y'all, and I know full well there's nothing we cannot do when we collectively put our minds to it. We've done it in the past, we're doing it now, and God willing, we will continue to do it in the future. But sometimes you got to just stop for a minute, y'all, and think. Hopefully, this grieving family will be the last one in Louisiana. I guess only time will tell. First break of today's show. When we come back, how out of touch could you possibly be? Or are you just lying to the American public? That's next when we continue the Thursday edition of the Clarence Buggs Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
Hey everybody, I'm Kevin Gallagher. This is Roy Fletcher. We hope you'll join us for Fletch Nation, especially if you like talking politics.
Hey, come and join us. We'll give you the information and then we'll give you the context. And by the way, We'll give you fun, too.
Lots of fun. We hit the local races, the state. We even look at what's going on all across America. And by the way, this space is available. If you'd like to talk about advertising, send your emails to Roy Fletcher at royfletcher.com and join us every week here on the Pelican for Fletch Nation.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
I'm self-employed and didn't report all my income. They claim I owe a lot more than I do.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
Tax Solutions Now saved my business.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions now.
Call 800-778-4345. 800-778-4345.
You could be driving
Smooth handling and smart interior styling. Just two reasons why the all-new Honda CR-V was once again named a Car and Driver's 10 Best Trucks and SUV list. Come see your new CR-V today at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda on Segan Lane.
Hi, gang. Clarence Buggs here, inviting you to come by Old School Barbecue, 10655 Coursey Boulevard, where we tape the show live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 11 o'clock. Come by and feast on news, sports, current events, love of God and country, and lots of common sense, along with some of the best barbecue anywhere on the planet. 10655 Coursey Boulevard, Old School Barbecue, home of the Clarence Buggs Show.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to greystonecountryclub.com.
Welcome back to the Thursday edition of the Clarence Buggs Show. You know, this journey that we call life is an amazing thing on so many levels, on so many fronts, both joyous, tragic, all of the above at the same time. We go through cycles, it seems, in our country, and I guess the world in general, where something pops up pretty much out of nowhere and explodes to the detriment of society. And of course, when this happens, those that we have elected to serve us come up with all sorts of theories and reasons and explanations, and many times I am sad to say, many times the brighter, allegedly, the individual, the dumber their explanation happens to be. In recent memory, every single American and most of the inhabitants of planet Earth have become familiar with the word fentanyl. It is a scourge on this nation and this planet. It is something that most of us never saw coming. Most of us still have a hard time wrapping our minds around the fentanyl epidemic. Just the other night, I saw a statistic. Haven't been able to verify it just yet, but I heard it on a, quote, reliable news source. According to this report, for Americans under the age of 50, 50, fentanyl poisoning is now the number one cause of death for people 50 and under in America. You heard me right. More than cancer, more than heart disease, more than automobile accidents, more than every other way you can die. Fentanyl is now numero uno. Just this week, law enforcement in the Granola State, California. Clarence, why are you always calling the Granola State? Well, if you take out the fruits and the flakes, all you have left are the nuts. Granola. You'll get it later. Law enforcement announced this week that recently they have seized enough fentanyl to kill the entire population of the city of San Francisco 3 times over. Did you catch that? The entire population of the city of San Francisco times 3 could be killed with the amount of fentanyl that they've seized recently. Meanwhile, as I mentioned earlier, one of the things that I find so amazing about the life experience is when we encounter things like this, we typically, human beings, governments, we will assign an individual to assess, attack, and come up with a solution to whatever the problem happens to be. In this case, fentanyl flooding across our borders. So this week, Secretary of State for the United States of America, the leader of the free world, Anthony Blinken, was asked, what is going on with this fentanyl explosion? And you know it's now the leading cause of death for people 50 and under in America. What is going on with this? I would preface it by saying you're not going to believe this, but you already know where this is going. Your government tax dollars hard at work. You already know where this is going. Anthony Blinken, when pressed on this, said the following. I'll paraphrase. Well, you know, at one time we got with the Chinese and we told them what our concerns were and all the negative impacts, and they cracked down on it. Fentanyl coming from China was almost non-existent. But recently, we found out that China was making a mistake and sending the ingredients to make fentanyl, they were accidentally sending it to the wrong people in Mexico. Oops, my bad. And once the fentanyl ingredients that were accidentally sent to the wrong people in Mexico was there, well then they figured out how to add the other missing ingredients, manufacture the fentanyl, and flood it across our borders, and now it's the leading cause of death for Americans 50 and under. So let me get this straight. China, after all this time of not sending fentanyl to Mexico, made a mistake and accidentally sent the ingredients to make fentanyl to the wrong people in Mexico, who then apparently said, what the hell? We got it now. We might as well make it. You know, you will never in life hear me lay claim in any way, shape, or form to being the brightest bulb in the chandelier. I know my limitations and I try to stay in my lane, bro. But there is no way on God's green earth you're going to make me believe the Chinese accidentally sent this to the wrong people in Mexico, who then figured it out, put it all together, and flooded our country with it. Because being a guy with just a modicum of common sense, the first thing I want to know is, when did you find this out? And why am I just being told about it? That's the first thing I want to know. And how do you know it was, quote, an accident? Y'all, there's something rotten in Denmark. Go back and read Julius Caesar and some of the classics, you'll figure it out. Something's rotten in Denmark, y'all. Last year, over 107,000 of our fellow Americans died from an opioid / fentanyl related overdose. Now, conventional wisdom says, if it were anything else, and certainly if it were something affecting this many people that look like Clarence, the left would be raising holy hell. If anything remotely connected to conservatives led to the deaths of tens of thousands of black folks, you would never hear the end of it. Never, ever, ever would you hear the end of it. And yet, the best they can do, the government, is have the freaking Secretary of State tell us with a straight face, well, see, what had happened was they accidentally sent this stuff to the wrong people in Mexico, and those people then figured out how to mix it up with some other stuff, make a deadly drug, and pump tons of it into America. That's the best you can do? What is it about the human experience these days that allegedly, the higher your intelligence, the stupider you are when somebody asks you a question? What is that? For those of you that are roughly my age, can you imagine what your parents would have said if Anthony Blinken, Secretary of the freaking State for the United States of America, were to explain 107,000 people dying in this fashion? My late father would have had to make all the kids leave the room because our ears would not be fit to hear what he had to say to Mr. Blinken and this explanation. And yet, we swallow it hook, line, and sinker. Because after all, we got TikTok videos to watch. Speaking of things that you need to do, if you have not yet done so, I hate to be the one to tell you, but you do realize one day is going to be your last day in this life experience. And if you're not ready, this is a great opportunity to do so. Call my friend Lee Serio. Get the ball rolling on your prepaid funeral plan and all that comes with it. Listen, y'all, I know it's not comfortable. I don't relish the idea myself. But understanding that it is an inevitability, meaning, oh, it's going to happen. One day. May not be today, may not be tomorrow, but it's going to happen. And we've all been there and done that, y'all. We know the stress, the agony that your family's going to go through. We know how in planning all of this, something is always forgotten, something always gets by somebody. Why not erase all that doubt? Call Lee, get the ball rolling, and boy, you talk about peace of mind when you go to sleep. You talk about peace of mind every time you look at your darling wife, your darling husband, or your wonderful kids. At least you can say, if nothing else, I know that they're not going to have to go through this agony when my time comes. Lee makes it easy. He's affiliated with over 2,000 funeral homes across America. No detail is too small or too large. Give him a call, y'all. Tell him I told you to call him. 225-315-6329. 315-6329. Y'all can thank me for the peace of mind at a later date. Bottom of the hour break. When we come back, here's a question. Y'all still alive? Y'all still breathing? Imagine that. / this is why you don't believe everything somebody tells you. Greta Thunberg. That's next when we continue the Thursday edition of the Clarence Buggs Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
Got termites? Get Premier Pest. PremierPestServices.com.
Come see the all-new Mazda CX-90, now on sale at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda.
Hi, I'm Katie, Operation Manager here at Old School Barbecue. We're excited about all of the changes here at Old School, and we'd like to invite everyone to come out and enjoy some delicious barbecue at Old School prices. We feature brisket, chicken, ribs, sausage, and the Boss Hog pulled pork sandwich voted best deal in town. We also have live music Friday and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. 10655 Coursey Boulevard. We can't wait to see you.
Hello guys, it's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
Caught spiders?
Premier Pest Services.
Welcome back to the Thursday edition of the Clarence Buggs Show. I guess in retrospect, when you are the beneficiary, as we are currently, of the information age, you have more knowledge, can access more knowledge than our species has acquired throughout our entire existence. That's a great thing when taken at face value. But, and Marty says there's always a but. Always a but. Sometimes hairy, sometimes smooth, but still a but. It can also be 180 degrees opposite. Social media is what social media is. In many cases, it gives a voice to the voiceless. It will give hope to the hopeless. It will give clarity to a cloudy situation. But just like anything else in life, you have to look at it through a certain lens. In recent memory, we've had any and everybody who can get us to listen tell us global warming, climate change is going to kill us all. If we don't get rid of internal combustion engines, we don't stop using oil and gas right now, we're going to all die. Remember 5 years ago and change, when she had just burst on the scene and gained worldwide popularity, the teenager with the scowl, Greta Thunberg, tweeted on social media something that went worldwide viral. She tweeted a well-known climate scientist, as if to give credence to what this person was about to say. A well-known climate scientist says we have 5 years to stop using oil and gas before all of humanity is wiped out. That was 5 years and some weeks ago. Y'all still breathing? Yeah, still breathing. Y'all still feeling stuff? Hold on. Yeah, still feeling stuff. Y'all still see gasoline-powered cars and trucks and motorcycles going around? Yep, still doing it. Oh, did I mention? Which is typically what they do. As the anniversary date of 5 years started rolling around, all of a sudden, the tweet disappeared. All of a sudden now, after you've been preaching to us that all of humanity is going to die, all of a sudden now, poof, like magic, it just disappeared. Like it never happened. And of course, the mainstream media, understanding that once again they've been made complete fools out of, are now rushing to do damage control. Well, see, she didn't actually say it. She said a well-known climate scientist said it. It wasn't really her word, but she retweeted it. And of course, with you millions of dummies out there that follow this clown, you went right along with it. All around the planet, protesting, marching, carrying signs, civil disobedience, all this kind of crap. And y'all still breathing. Son of a gun. Meanwhile, speaking of those on the left, how they fill your head with foolishness and then turn around and, well, see, what had happened was transgenderism is now the big thing. Think back to 2016, when all of this first started picking up steam. MTV, are they still a thing, Marty? Is MTV still a thing?
Don't know, don't care.
Don't know, don't care. Good answer, brother. Good answer. MTV had a show called Transformation. This was a show where transgender youth went through the process of transforming into the opposite sex. Remember Milo, the girl, female, who was the headline star? I don't either. So, Milo was a biological female that identified as a dude. So what did Milo do? She had her breasts cut off, had them removed, took all sorts of hormones, Freudian slip, Marty, all sorts of hormones, and now, 7 years later, says, that was a hell of a stupid thing I did. I really regret what I did. Well, I mean, you're chopping off body parts, chemically and physically removing sexual reproduction organs. What could possibly go wrong? So now, after having her breast removed, Milo has taken so many hormone shots in an effort to transition that now she says, I have to shave my stomach regularly because of all the hair that's growing. And of course, the remaining female reproductive organs have now atrophied, drying up and falling off. Her mother, by the way, was one of those that was encouraging her, cheering her on, due in large part to the fact that many doctors told her, well, you know, when kids get like this, if you don't assist them in changing their gender, there's a good possibility they'll commit suicide. And she bought it. She bought it. And now, look at her child. I understand, y'all, because I am an information junkie. I have been my whole life. I have always been an avid reader. As a child, I was the kid sitting at the breakfast table with a bowl of cereal, and while I'm eating, I'm reading the ingredients in the package, trying to figure out how to pronounce monosodium glutamate. I was that kid. So I have always been a voracious reader. I love information. But I figured out a long time ago, y'all, you can't believe everything you read, and you sure as hell better not believe everything you see on TV. There are people out here with an agenda that will write anything and say anything in order to get you on board with what they're trying to do. How in God's name can you justify telling a child that, one, you can change your sex, and two, there's nothing wrong with it? Let's say, for the sake of the conversation, after you've done it, what happens if that child changes their mind. Well, see, what had happened was, it's a little too late for that now. And we are doing this to our children. God help us. You know, there's a passage in the Bible dealing with Sodom and Gomorrah. And there was a time in human history where God gave us over to a reprobate mind. Read the story. Here's your homework for the weekend. Read the story of God giving people over to a reprobate mind and see, number one, the parallels with where we are in American history, and two, how that worked out for them. Final break of today's show. We'll get it done, come back, put that big old pretty bow on this puppy, and we wrap up another week of the Clarence Buggs Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close. Few things in life are as valuable as family and peace of mind, especially when it comes to your final arrangements. And that's where Dignity Memorial can help. Our prepaid funeral plans make sure that your life will be remembered exactly the way you want it to. At Dignity Memorial, no detail is too large or too small. Call Lee or Gretchen Serio at 225-315-6329. That's 315-6329. Dignity Memorial, for the peace of mind you deserve.
Every great story starts with the rush of thrilling gaming action. Handcrafted flavors, eager to please. Getaways for some well-deserved me time. And rewards worth bragging about. If it's a story worth telling, it starts at La Berge Baton Rouge. What's your story?
Treads & Care Tire Company announces its new location on Hooper Road in Central. Locally owned for 50 years, Treads & Care is known for quality automotive repair with top-notch customer service. Treads & Care offers the convenience of shuttle service and pickup and delivery of your vehicle. You can also enjoy the comfortable customer area, complete with workstations, high-speed internet, and a complimentary coffee bar.
I'd like to invite you to come out and see us at our new location in Central.
Treads & Care, the tires you need and the service you want.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystonecountryClub.com.
Tremonti's has meat. Tremonti's has seafood. Tremonti's has much more. Tailgating and home gating platters. Huge wine and liquor selection. Beer and all the spices you need. Chairman Reserve and Wagyu meats. Ribeye rolls, shrimp rolls, kebabs. 20 flavors of sausage for the grill. Daily lunch specials and game processing. On-site catering also available. Good meat ain't cheap and cheap meat ain't good. Visit Tremonti's.com.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. At Private Healthcare, we provide the peace of mind you deserve. With Private Healthcare, you'll get the coverage you want and healthcare you need. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private Healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. When life comes at you unexpectedly, you need to be ready, and health insurance is your financial safety net. Health insurance has never been so easy and affordable. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, call the number on the screen now and speak with a live healthcare consultant. Don't wait. Get the coverage you need now.
Welcome back to the final, very small segment of the Thursday edition of the Clarence Buggs Show. Here's what happens, guys and girls, when you have too much time on your hands. Macon, Georgia has a minor league baseball team. And the team held a big promotion asking their fans to come up with a name for the team. The winning candidate was Macon Bacon, as in making bacon. Everybody's happy, right? Woohoo! Great name. Let's roll. Let's play some ball. This week, a group of physicians got together, sent a letter to the team and its fans saying we need to change the name. Why? Was it some trademark or copyright infringement? No. Because bacon is not good for you, according to these physicians. You know, I could see if every other game they had the Macon Bacon Challenge, where we fry up 2 packs of bacon, slap it in between a bun, and see who can eat it the fastest. It's a mascot, Macon Bacon, like the team that they play from Georgia, the Savannah Bananas. Same thing. I guess after a while, they're going to make them change that too, because after all, you know what happens if you step on a banana peel? Somebody could be hurt, possibly killed. So Savannah Bananas, y'all need to change your name too. This is what happens when people have too much time on their hands. Of all the things they could have focused on, this is what they chose to do. I guess in hindsight, it could be worse. The name could have been, nah, I ain't going there. I ain't going there. Y'all already know what it is, don't you? Yeah, you know. My time's up, y'all, and I gotta go. Been a great week. Come on, Tigers. We're pulling for you tonight. Don't know when you're going to see the replay, but we got this. I'm telling you now, we got this. And God knows there is no place else on his green earth that I'd rather be. Speaking of the good Lord, you realize he loves you, right? And I hope you know, even if it's in just the smallest of terms, that I do too. Best news you're going to get all day, son. There ain't a doggone thing you can do about either one. Take care of yourselves and each other. We'll see you soon. God bless.